Hey, co-reporters, welcome back to my channel. I've got an update into the restraining order that Keke Palmer filed against her baby daddy, Darius Jackson. Remember, in November, Keke filed for sole custody of their child, Leotis, and accused Darius Jackson of being abusive to her, not only physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. Now, up until now, there hasn't been any response from Darius, and it turns out that that was because he was getting his ducks in a row, screenshots in the folder and everything, because that's exactly what he provided to the judge as proof in his quest to have this restraining order shut down. Now, buckle up, everybody, because it is quite surprising what he has shown to the judge. In his response, Darius has shown a series of text messages sent to him by his then girlfriend, Keke Palmer. And in one of these texts, you see that she apologizes for putting her hands on him, which could be quite damning to Keke, right? Keke, she did manage to show some really, really good proof that she needed this restraining order against Darius Jackson, right? She showed us various incidents in which Darius was dragging her around, jerking her around the house and everything like that. So here is a still from a video from home security camera footage where you see him drag her off the couch, off the back of the couch. She doesn't even have pants on. This man doesn't care. He's got her, by the arm, it looks like, and he is not letting go for dear life. Keke said that this instance featured him trying to get her cell phone out of her hand, and that's why he was being so aggressive with her. She wasn't letting go, and he said, you know what? I will drag you with this cell phone then, which is quite alarming, right? There's no reason for that under any circumstances. And then in another instance, Keke showed Darius seemingly grabbing her by the throat. And she said that this was an instant where he picked her up by the stairs and threw her, slammed her right onto the stairs. So I still do believe that everything that Keke said in her quest for her restraining order against Darius Jackson was valid and stands true. Okay, I just want to make sure that that is clear before I get into the text messages that Darius is submitting as evidence. All right. Now, with that being said, this is how Keke's baby daddy chose to defend himself. Here are the text messages. We're going to go through them line by line. So you see him at first telling Keke, that's what makes you you. I guess it's some kind of reassurance or whatever. And then Keke goes into this long speech and apology and everything. So let me have a little sip of water before I get into it and catch my breath. Now, here we go. These are direct quotes from Keke Palmer's text to Darius Jackson. Starting with, and I quote, I'm really going to have to pray on this because I'm just so sad and triggered to that deeply lonely and isolated place in myself where I tell myself no one in this world understands or loves me. I feel I am not capable of pure and good love, and these are the energies I am now feeling and questioning and doubting. I'm just so sad. I feel so lost, and it hurts so bad because I thought I was so clear on so many things. I'm ashamed of how I behaved, and I'm sorry that I was not who you needed me to be. I'm really sorry because I try so hard, you have no idea. I wish you could see into my heart and my mind, but I know only God can, and that's okay. That's why I love God, because I know that's the one that knows me the most and knows both of us the most. I just pray that I can have peace on this situation. I just get so sensitive and become so shell-shocked on the inside. I know when I love hard, and that's why I didn't want to be in anything. Then I fell for you and fell harder than before, and I'm scared I'm going to just spiral and spiral and spiral again. I feel so stupid. I gave you so much control over my emotions, and this saddens me. I lost myself in trying so hard to keep you and hold on to the space that I felt we shared. In that moment, in the alley, when you were walking away from me, I was just so soul crushed. The feeling that I felt, I can't explain, and I'm still sitting in this very moment. I don't know why it was just so hard for me to understand you walking away. All I saw was every deep moment we have ever had and how I couldn't understand you turning your back on me. I had no space for your humanity, and I immediately tried to possess you, but you are not mine, you are God's. And if you didn't want to share yourself with me anymore, I should have respected that, and I'm sorry I didn't. You are not an object, and I cannot be so unhealthily attached to you. I'm sorry for hitting you. I'm sorry for being afraid to lose you and that turning into me acting out of fear and desperation. That was not the best me that you received, and I'm sorry for that. I'm mad at the situation. I'm mad at myself. I'm deeply affected and afraid because it's such a deep heaviness that I don't want to feel anymore. It's not your fault nor job to alleviate it from me. I honestly need to pray on it. I just hate how exposed I can feel. I'm just sad and sorry to be texting so much. That's what I truly hate when things like this go down. I got to be here at work. I have no time today to just sleep and heal. I was up all night. I forgot all my at home. I'm in every single scene, yet I did this all to myself. And I'm sorry, my texts are coming out of order. Listen, although, and by the way, he responds, have the night to yourself, Keke, only you. When you wake up tomorrow, let me know what you want to do. And then Keke responded with a question mark response emoji there. I don't want to lose you, but I also don't want to lose myself, which is why I try and hold myself in these situations to ... He didn't add that part. It was just about like showing that Keke admitted that she had hit him, gotten physical with him. Which, listen, if I were Darius, I would do the same thing, right? I would say, hey, I've got this text message where this girl had been hitting me. So, I can't hate on him either. I do think that everything that Keke said is true and valid. But again, she wrote these text messages where she admitted to hitting him. So who am I to doubt that either, right? Like sometimes that can happen in a relationship where either it's reactive, ABUSC, we're a victim of someone who has constantly like attacked them and antagonized them and gotten physical with them and broke them down mentally and emotionally, can become, ABUSIVE themselves, either physically or emotionally, as a reaction to that. And there's also the possibility that this is a mutually ABUSIVE relationship. We don't know. You and I don't know. The only thing we know is that we love Keke. We've seen Keke grow up in front of the camera. So we are all just naturally partial towards Keke. And I admit that that is myself included. I grew up with Keke. We're about the same age, But I do want to get back to the text messages that Darius shared, okay? First of all, the way Keke wrote, like you could feel the pain. You can feel the heaviness of her heart in this moment. And I feel terrible that she was in this place, especially as a new mom. It really sucks. Those are supposed to be the best days, years, whatever of your life. And to be in such a turbulent relationship that leaves you feeling so broken and so desperate and just so unlike yourself is hard. And although she admits to hitting him, I wonder what hitting him even is, right? Like, was she punching him? Or was she dragging him, trying to make him stay? I don't know what she meant by that. Like that is still rather vague. It's not as black and white as these images you see, right? Where it appears as though Darius is has her by the neck, by the throat. It's not as vivid as these images of him dragging her up off the chair when she's not even properly clothed. You know what I mean? Like it's not as vivid as him seemingly choking her while she's upside down trying to kick him off of her on the couch, right? It's very much left up to the interpretation. And that's what I wonder. I'm having a hard time interpreting what it is that Keke meant by this when she said that she hit him. I don't think that I hit you automatically means that I punched you. You know what I mean? It could mean I was dragging you. I was like, why were you? You know what I mean? Like that type of thing. Not to say that she didn't do it. I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't know. She didn't specify how she did it. But alas, it just really is sad that, again, this relationship has come to this place so soon, especially after the birth of their child. Their child will never remember what it's like to have, a nice, healthy two-parent home with mom and dad present. And I find that to be rather unfortunate. I really do. I know that we currently are in a culture where this seems to be normal, but to me, it's still not normal and it's still sad. Okay, so let's get into that. Now, going back to how sad Keke seems in these in these text messages, I do have to say that she is an amazing writer because it seems so vivid to me and it seems so genuine and pure. And I'm really brokenhearted for her that she felt this way, that she lost herself in this relationship. I'm sorry, y'all, but feeling all this way over a man who doesn't even seem to be employed or anything like that when you are Keke the Palmer is insane to me. It really, really is. That's one thing that makes me so sad about the Black Hollywood girls is the types of guys that they go for and get impregnated by, and just go all crazy over it and fall in love with. I'm like, really, all these options and this is what you're going for? I mean, all right, girlies, but couldn't be me. But I digress. I do have to say that this text message can prove to be rather problematic for Keke Palmer in court because sorry guys, she does admit to hitting Darius, but I don't know how restraining orders work. I don't know if she will have to now provide a response to his response and perhaps specify on why she hit him, how she hit him. Maybe they'll both have to discuss the level of force in that. I'm not sure. I will keep an eye out for it because that's, what I do. I keep an eye out for the latest news and everything as that sort of information trickles out. But I do also want to let you know that, when you see Keke talking about God and turning things over to God and whatnot, it reminded me of her baby daddy. I don't know if you saw my recent video about this, but Darius posted on his Instagram page that he has turned his life over to God. He got a Bible and he got baptized. Okay. So I will go ahead and read this over to you, but it was a video. So make sure to go check it out on his Instagram page if you haven't already. But it's basically him showing that Bible and then him working out at the gym. And the caption says, "There's a lot I can say, but not allowed to say. And at this point, don't even want to say." I will say, however, and I did laugh at that the last time. I have to admit, the last time I recapped this post, it just made me laugh. There's so much I have to say, but I don't want to say it, but I will say is just hilarious to me. It's beautiful. It's very, very comedic. So thank you for that. I will say, however, that God is and will always be your greatest ally. I have put my trust, patience, timing, and entire life onto him so that I can continue to get through the days. Lord Jesus has been with me throughout and has strengthened me to the point where I am continuing to push forward and not looking back. He's surrounded me with friends and family that has always been there, as well as sending me love from many individuals who have reached out. And for that, I thank you. Extremely blessed to have repent and be baptized in the name of our Lord Jesus. But the work doesn't stop. There's so much I have to do in order to be fulfilled. Saving myself was the first step. So I don't know what he's saving. Is he saving his fists or is he saving his peen by being celibate? He didn't specify. If he provides an update, trust and believe, I will relay the message along to you guys as well. Okay. But in the meantime, I just wanted to give you guys that quick update on Darius's response to Keke's restraining order. So now I'm asking you, what do you think is going to happen from here? Keke was granted the emergency restraining order, but the reason he's filing a response is because he doesn't want it to become permanent, right? Because the restraining order was not only from Keke, but I think at least, does it apply to the son as well? I'll have to look into it because sometimes that happens where, the restraining order for the parents automatically transfers to the child as well. And so I think this is why he's fighting it. And as well, you don't really want that, right, on your record that you have someone has a restraining order against you. That's not a good thing to have. It's not a good look. And it can cause them problems, being that they both live in California, perhaps in the same city, everything. And, by accident, he could be within however many yards or feet of Keke, and that could pose him legal problems. So he's going to fight like hell to make sure that this gets thrown out. And it also doesn't look good for him when they fight for the custody of their child, right? Leotis. For right now, Keke was granted sole custody of Leotis. And this restraining order helped. She got it on the basis of DV. So it is in Darius's best interest to dispute that there was DV. Not only that, but to claim that he was the victim of DV. That is something that he needs to do from a strategic standpoint as a father and as a man as well. So I understand what he's done, though I do have to say I still side with Keke just because look at these images and they are part of videos. I'm pretty sure the judge got the videos, right? So just looking at these images and the level of violence that Keke is subjected to, I don't think that Darius is an innocent party, right? I think that at best, if Keke did put the pause on him, it was at best it was reactive abuse, and at worst it might have been a relationship of mutual abuse, but I don't know. this is going to play out in court, and I will continue to report on it as long as the news comes out. Okay, so if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on a single update on this situation or anything else regarding celebrity gossip and news. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.